So today I am actually in Black Mountain with my colleague and fellow realtor Jessica Colley, because unlike me, she lives in Black Mountain area, and I thought it would be a good idea for me to talk to her so that she can share what it's been like this whole time during hurricane, after hurricane, what it looks like here right now. So in this video, we're gonna cover Black Mountain, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Original Living in Asheville channel. This is elenakovrigin with ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕼 Realty, powered by eXp Realty. And if you have any questions about relocation, what areas were impacted, where you can go, where you shouldn't go, how to navigate the process of relocating now, especially, reach out to me and my team. Our contact information is down in the description. So if you're new to this channel, or if you do not know much about Black Mountain is a small town just east of Asheville, about, would you say 20 minutes from
20 minutes from downtown, yep.
Population is under 10,000
Yeah,
people?
it's right around 10,000. It like triples in the summertime with all the camps that we have around, but
Summer camps, you mean?
summer camps,
Yeah.
yep.
By the way, one of the ways a lot of people even discover this area and then decide to move.
Yeah.
Summer camps is huge around this area. There's one on Lake Eden, right?
Lake Eden, there's Ridgecrest is a huge one. Christmont, there's a huge one. And Montre was hit pretty hard with the hurricane. Like, most of the roads and bridges were almost washed away. Like, we drove up there in Montre, yeah. We drove up there like 3 days after the storm, and they were like already cleaning up and rebuilding the roads, which was super cool. But it was really sad to see. You know, they're already rebuilding the roads, which is amazing. They got on it right away.
It was quick.
Yeah.
How was it for you guys specifically?
Yeah, all of our properties, thank God, were okay. We had like some driveways washed out, a couple trees down, but nothing hit the house, nothing we couldn't fix. So that was really lucky. The morning that it all kind of happened, we were sitting there and I was like, what is that sound? It just sounded almost like a freight train. And I thought it was maybe the wind coming through the trees. And we were like, all right, well, it's calmed down enough, we can get out. And we drove down to the end of our street, and the whole thing was a river.
Where roads, driveways, bridges were washed away, damaged, trees were down, trees were just blocking the roads.
Yeah.
So people were stuck.
Yeah. I mean, those people could be stuck for a long, long time because
Some of them are still stuck.
Yeah, really.
Like I have a client in Spruce Pine, and I don't even know if they have power yet.
Yeah, they might not for a while.
But, you know, Black Mountain is a little different, luckily for Black Mountain, because there's some, there's a lake.
Outlying areas.
Right. Outlying areas have rivers and creeks and streams and lakes that got overflown. But here, specifically, you know, looking in downtown, looking around.
Yeah, it looks untouched.
Untouched.
Yeah, downtown itself, we did not get any water. Really, maybe a little bit in some of the buildings, but barely anything compared to the rest of Western North Carolina. I mean, there's everywhere where like Flat Creek goes, which is kind of just behind us, that drains into the Swannanoa River. Everything near those rivers, or Lake Susan up in Montre, obviously tons of damage, but like downtown itself is safe. Most of the businesses have reopened.
Really?
Almost every restaurant's reopened. The brewery's reopened. So, I mean, we're doing okay, finally. It's been a month, so.
And, okay, there's been a lot of crazy people here who, and I get it, a lot of people get triggered when they hear we're doing okay, and then people are yelling at me, no, we're not doing okay.
Yeah.
Physically, a lot of people are okay. Yeah. Mentally, almost no one is okay.
That's true. Yeah, it's going to take a while because you see it all the time. Like, you see the damage, you see the destruction, you see the sadness on people's faces, you hear the stories. It's something every day. It's hard. But I'm super hyper focused on supporting as many local businesses as I can because they need it more than ever. So Christmas shopping, I want to do all my Christmas shopping like at small businesses. And then,
and you have that ability right here, you know, downtown Black Mountain, just like downtown Asheville. Basically, every downtown in Western North Carolina is built and consists of mostly local businesses.
Totally. Yeah,
which
there's no chains.
right, they would not survive. Right, would not support them. And if you're visiting, if you're moving, if you're relocating, support local.
Yes.
Because when you support local, you're not only supporting local economy, local businesses, local business owners, but also equally important, people who are employed by those businesses. And I would say probably half of people who live here are employed by these businesses.
Tourism. Yeah.
Tourism.
And it's spurred on by tourism. So
yeah,
people will start coming back. Like town was crazy this weekend.
Really?
I heard it was like packed. Like I'm sure it was a lot of locals, but maybe some visitors too, which was cool. So, I mean, we'll get back, but it'll take time.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
Yeah. So just like a lot of other businesses who serve food and drinks and who are in Buncombe County specifically and who, just like everyone else, do not have potable water right now, they're using water in containers. In fact, in order to be open and operate like they do, they had to convert all the equipment, everything to be able to use that bottled water because tap water is off limits for, gosh, God knows how long.
There's been so many restaurants that have all kind of like banded together and have been feeding people free meals.
Really?
Like
that's a common
nonstop.
story across a lot of other areas too. Yeah. So that's great to hear.
Yeah. I mean, there was like the open oven here in Black Mountain. We were handing out supplies at our office one day, and they just kept walking by with like biscuits and gravy, and then breakfast sandwiches, and they were just handing them out to everyone in the street. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And like the rail yard has kind of become like the hub of free meals every day. And
what is that?
It's just like 2 blocks over from here, right downtown Black Mountain. But they are feeding people every single day free meals. It's been amazing. And it's also like the supply hub to go and pick up stuff. As well as Black Mountain Ingalls, but there's just been like all these people from all over the country, all over the world really, coming and just like cooking free meals for people. It's been really amazing to see. Like the community of Black Mountain is like why I feel like we're coming out of this better, just because of the people here. It made it that way.
Yeah, you mentioned Montre was hit hard. I mean, Montre, is that technically a separate town?
It is. It has its own zip code.
Okay. I mean, you can technically walk to it.
Yeah, it's like 1.5 miles.
Yeah, from downtown. Nobody walks these days.
Yeah,
but there's a sidewalk, I think, right?
Yeah,
it's all the way down. You can walk to it. I kind of sort of touched it in my previous video about Swannanoa. I didn't go into it, but you said there was a lot of damage.
There was a lot of damage, road damage, because the dam. I don't know if the dam failed or if it was just the water was coming over the dam, and there's so many houses along the river there that are so close to the river that took a lot of damage. And then obviously all the roads and the bridges were washed away, which was very sad.
Yeah. So I'm getting close to the town of Montre, and I showed this area briefly in my video about Swannanoa and how all this was basically a river. All this was just a river. There's no other way to put it. It was just crazy. It was surreal. So this is still Montre, just going on the main kind of road for now. And so I'm driving around Montre, and I just talked to these people who pointed me in the right direction, and we chatted a little bit, and I said that unlike Asheville or Buncombe County, the rest of Buncombe County, they got potable water, so they can drink their water. They don't even have boil advisory anymore, so that's great news for them. But they are on a separate line, I guess. If you're gonna stay, maybe try a place somewhere in Montre if you can find anything, because they're better off. And so I also asked them that, we heard, and a lot of other people heard on the internet, that a lot of places, including Montre, is gone. And they're like, no, it's not gone. Where'd you get that? It's okay. It's fine. I mean, yes, there was some damage, but it's not gone. It's still standing. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Yell at me for saying that. For the most part, everything is standing. It definitely is a shame that this beauty is missed by a lot of people, and not just tourists who, you know, we typically have a lot of here, but a lot of locals are just kind of preoccupied, and trails are closed off. We can't go, you know, go out and go hiking the way we used to. But it's getting better. Like Jessica said, day by day, every day it's better, and we'll be fine. So this road was washed away, or the part of it was washed off, going into the bridge. Okay. I think this was the part of the playground that got damaged, but part of it is still here. It's not all gone. No, I'm not trying to minimize the devastation and damage that happened in a lot of other places. I'm just showing how it is. Look at this. I think that's where they are bringing all the fallen trees and debris, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But what I'm trying to do here on this channel is show it how it is, say it how it is. When there is a damage, when there is an area that was devastated, I showed that in my ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕼 video. When there's no damage or barely any damage, like South Asheville, pretty much all Asheville proper, 90% of it is standing. It is not gone. Like a lot of people want to think or believe, I don't know why, instead of focusing on places that did get hit. That was one of the things that when we first got cell service back and we start hearing, you know, people saying, well, ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕼 is gone. Yeah, and Montre is gone. And we were like, what? Everything is gone? Later we realized that it's like not 100% gone.
Yeah. Gone is, it's hard. I mean, a lot of businesses in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 are 100% gone. Yes. Right. But the town of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 is not gone. We'll rebuild the best that we can, given the circumstances and the missing land to rebuild buildings on. I don't know how all that's going to work in the future, if they're even going to be able to rebuild, but
or want to.
Or want to, yeah. So that'll be interesting in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. But yeah, Montre, it was really like not many homes sustained damage, maybe some water in their basements, but mostly like infrastructure, roads, power poles, bridges. Okay. The awesome playground for kids, that's all like washed away. So
thanks for clarifying.
A lot of the neighborhoods, like Black Mountain has a lot of like mountainous neighborhoods.
You can even see, well, kind of hard to see right here, but like there's all these mountain peaks here.
Yeah, there's a lot of mountain communities around here, and they all sustained so much damage from mudslides, like the landslides. Yeah, like the settings of Black Mountain. Have you been out there yet?
I actually covered settings in one of my, like, I think last year video. Okay. I'm going to put a link in the description, and I went up in settings. There's a ton of typical steep plots.
Yeah.
Steep properties with amazing views. Yeah. But they now came with a cost.
Yeah, I mean, that tiny little spring turned into a landslide and took the entire middle of the community.
Seriously.
Yeah, there's like 3 houses that were almost wiped off the crazy. And like, so there's like just piles of debris, like in Laurel Ridge. There was a massive landslide in Laurel Ridge, like right through the middle. And there's just like 30 feet high of rocks and boulders and trees. It's like, how do you clean up?
It's pretty missionary. What about, somebody was asking me about Cheshire, the village of Cheshire.
We own property in there. So there was one little road that has a creek underneath it that buckled. And that's really all. Like there's, you know, some dirt and mud and kind of some debris in the middle of the community, but all the houses were.
That's good to know. Fine, yeah. And it's a community that is pretty, you know, flat. I have a little, we call town center, kind of like a shopping center.
Yeah, like a little shopping and dining.
Yeah, and, on one side and then across the street. So it's pretty flat. There wasn't there's not a whole lot of opportunity for
the creek didn't have enough opportunity to get big enough, but it did buckle the one road in the neighborhood, but that was all.
And if you're new here, and you probably missed, I showed you inside one of these homes in Cheshire. I think it was this one. I'm gonna link it up. I'll link it down rather in the description, so you can see what it's like to live in Cheshire here in Black Mountain. But as you can see, Cheshire is standing in pretty good shape, unlike some other parts where I am not gonna even try to go. We're just gonna believe what Jessica told us, right? Have you noticed, from your standpoint, being here, any like, did it slow down for you
Real estate?
real estate wise?
Yeah, it's come to a screeching halt.
Or like at least first 2 weeks there was like
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of dead. I think people are all just kind of waiting to figure out if we're going to come back and what the real estate market's going to be like. I've had a couple clients call and be like, well, I think we should kind of rethink our search. You know, we don't want to be near water. We don't want to be high on a cliff with a mountain view. Like, we're good being closer to town. And a lot of people are just kind of waiting to see how we recover.
Right.
So I've been super slow. Our vacation rentals are obviously super slow. We didn't have water for weeks and still not drinkable water. So, you know, people are hesitant to come, which I understand. We'll do the best we can, but yeah.
Just from logistical standpoint, visiting the area right now is, you know, without potable water.
Right.
That's what I tell people. You got to check with your accommodations. Like if you had it planned already or if you are planning, check with your hotel, Airbnb, if they have all the utilities on.
Yep. Because they have Wi-Fi.
For the most part, we do here in Buncombe County, but just check, you know,
double check. And then, you know, every day we're getting closer to normal. And so don't give up on us yet in our little small towns, because we all need the support. And this week's Halloween, so Black Mountain is like one of those really great, you know, trick-or-treating for kids. So there's a big like thing here in the center of town, and then definitely all the little streets around are all getting excited to hand out candy and stuff. So hopefully the kids can get a little bit of normal too.
Yeah. So schools open?
I think they opened today.
Oh, really?
I think so. Here, at least.
Yeah.
ACA and Swannanoa, I think it's going to be a long time for them.
Why?
The water was
really
flowing. Yeah, because
we
lived
got
right past.
that's Asheville Christian Academy, the private school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they took on a lot of water.
Really? Well, thank you.
Thank
you for. If anybody has any questions about Black Mountain, what it's like to live here, Jessica and I will be happy to answer your questions. Like I said, Jessica lives here in the area. I live 20 minutes away. We are serving clients all over Western North Carolina. If you come, where you come, we'll recover. Be gentle.
Yes.
Visit responsibly.
But visit.
Visit.
But visit.
Yeah.